Welcome back to the Mindcrack. We're back on the Mindcrack server. This is episode 3 of season 5. We're in the spawn village again. And we're going to do a little bit of work on one of our 3 projects. Last time I talked about how I had 3 projects in mind that I was going to start working on in the initial early days of Mindcrack season 5. One being small, one being medium, one being large. Last time, towards the end of the video, we started work on the large build. And I'll run over here and peek at it. And we will continue with this in a future episode, maybe next time. There's a horse down there stuck and a cow over there. Me and Seth Bling, we are making a quarry. It's going to, besides being an aesthetic thing to look cool, it's also going to be a convenient way to get down to bedrock for some branch mining. And down the road, once we get a beacon, I'm sure we're going to be doing some speed mining and basically clear out the whole map from Y elevation 4 to 14 or so to get all those diamonds. Believe me, even though we have a world border, we are not going to have a shortage of materials. It's more about the fact that we don't have as far that we can go away from each other. You know, one of the principal attractions and temptations in Minecraft is just to walk in a direction and explore and see what's new. And that's one of the cool things because of the randomly spawned terrain. But because we don't have that possibility, we're all kind of stuck in the same area. Anyway, this is the small build. We're going to work on that in a minute. But before that, let's go venture over here to the medium build. You know, we started this map with, I think, 250 blocks in every direction from 0, 0. So a total of 500 by 500. And I think the world border is already out to like 270-ish. It's gone to 15 to 20 blocks or so. And, you know, if it was up to me, it's not up to me. We vote on these things and we have to compromise. But if it was up to me, I would have said, let's make this thing not 250 in each direction, a radius of 250. I would have said, let's have a radius of 50 blocks. And let's have it expand not 5 blocks a day. Let's have it expand 1 block a day. Let's not have 5 types of wood at the beginning. Let's have 1 type. And that's it. And let's see what happens. I mean, if we're going to do a social experiment, personally, if it was up to me, I would say, hey, let's do the social experiment all the way. Let's really confine ourselves. And it wouldn't end up like a chaos server. The chaos servers do seem kind of interesting because of just all the craziness that happens. It wouldn't end up like that because we're all friends and we'd all cooperate, at least at some level. But I think that would be interesting. But it's going to be awesome either way. It's still going to be awesome. Anyway, so Lake Gazelle here. Please don't build in or around it. Somebody did. It's kind of like we're all a bunch of 5-year-olds. If you tell us not to do something, we're going to turn around and do it. I didn't do this. This was Arcus and Doc M. Anders killed Arcus's bunny, and so Doc and Arcus got together and made a little prank there. There's a bunny statue. I guess it's like a memorial over Anders's golden cock there, made with gold blocks. Check out their videos for that. Last time Anders made a video, he, sometimes I'm not really sure about Anders mentally. I mean that in like the kindest, most positive way possible. But he thought he was going to prank me. And so his idea of a prank is that he is going to drain my entire lake that I made. By the way, when I made this lake, I heard somebody say that this was a prank on Anders. It wasn't. This was a community gift. Plus, I wanted a little bit of lake property in front of my house, which is going to be up there on that hilltop. But besides that, so Anders took this lake, and for people who take things a little too seriously, let me clarify something. I know 99% of you don't take, 99% of you understand, but for the people who take things too seriously, and it's okay to take things too seriously, I do that sometimes as well, we're all friends here. If we really had a problem with something, we would discuss it and something would happen, right? So when Anders claimed this lake, while maybe I personally wouldn't have claimed the only lake in the entire map, I would have personally done that. And while I said it was kind of annoying that he did that, I'm not really angry at him. But I am going to tweak his nose a little bit, and he's going to tweak my nose. We're all going to tweak each other's nose, and hopefully we end up with some good video. Anyway, so he has this lake. He says nobody build on around it. And so I said, okay, fine. Fine, Anders, you can have your lake. I'll make another one. And then people can have some lakefront property since you decided to take it all. And already, Generic B is going to make a little fishing shack over there. Somebody made this dock. Anders thought it was me. It wasn't me. I did not make this fishing dock. Don't know who did, actually. And this idea of having the darker wood in the water and the lighter wood out of the water so that it looks like that wood is wet, that's a cool idea. I don't know who made it, though. But Anders decided as a prank to drain my entire lake. And then to pretty it up, he varied the blocks underneath. Oh, actually, let me go grab my other boots. I have some different boots. Let me grab them. Boink, 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 boink. Depth Strider. Oh, I turned on, just to see what it looked like, I turned on the advanced tooltips in your options.txt in your Minecraft folder. And it's got this durability display. I've never used this before. I just wanted to mess around with it because I hadn't used it. But now it tells me the exact durability so I can be totally efficient with things and like use them up to the last thing. I don't really think that's necessary. I just wanted to mess with it. Anyway, okay, so let's see. We're not alone. Pack and Seth are around. And I doubt they're both in the nether, so I can't sleep in a bed, but I don't really need to. Okay, so I can run around fast anyway. I can even sprint underwater. This enchant is pretty cool. If you want to make like a huge underwater thing with like water breathing potions and oh, I'm gonna drown. Water breathing potions, Depth Strider, Aqua Affinity, and maybe the ones that let you see in the dark, whatever they're called. That would be a cool build. Anyway, he replaced some of the blocks in the bottom to make the lake look a little bit more natural, and he dressed it up with leaf blocks, flowers, and some reeds and trees. I was already... Hi, chicken. You're dead. Suck it. I was already going to do that. I was going to do that to this lake. I just hadn't gotten around to it. So, Anders, you just saved me like a couple hours of work. So, thanks. That was nice of you. Nice prank. Do some more like that. That would be nice. So, he did that. Let me... Oh, I don't want these eggs. Where did I pick those up? That was nice. He did that for me. Very nice. And for the other people who want some lakefront property, there's still some available. This plot of land right there, and basically that whole side of the lake is still totally open. Let me dump some stuff. I guess I don't need the Depth Strider. I did get some feather falling. One thing about these tooltips is it makes the box, like the black box around the tip, around the tooltip, it makes that pretty big. Because we see the durability. And the Mindcraft :diamond_axe adds 2 extra lines. Okay, I just wanted to mess with it, though. Okay, so anyway, thank you, Anders. Now, I'm kind of concerned, though. I don't know if Anders knows much about geology, but by emptying a whole lake and then filling it back up, there could be some geological repercussions from that. Like, you may have disturbed something. What if we were on some kind of fault line? Some kind of tectonic shift might happen because of your meddling in Mother Nature's affairs. Something may happen, Anders. I don't know what, but something might happen. All right, anyway, okay, fine. Enough of that. Spawn is developing nicely. Now, keep in mind, Spawn seems to be developing pretty quickly, but I don't see any reason to artificially slow ourselves down. And this is not going to be the only town on the map. So this is the starter town where it's going to be mostly houses. And then after a little while, the end of these rows, there's going to be 4 more towns. There's going to be a farm town, a redstone town, a shop town, and one other one. I can't remember what the 4th one is. And then after that, there will be even more. So there's going to be plenty of opportunities for us to build towns. I have an idea for a town down the road after those 4, maybe the 2nd phase of expansion. But that's neither here nor there. For today, I'm going to knock out in one video my small build. I said last video I had a small, medium, large build. This is the small one. Large one is over there, the quarry. Medium one is over there, the house, which I haven't started yet. So we're going to knock out the medium build. And I'm going to need some of these blocks. Let me just grab a bunch. And I mocked up this a little bit. This is based on an older build, and I thought it was kind of important to do. And I had a lot of requests for me to do this. So I thought, man, okay, at first I was kind of resistant to the idea of doing it, because the first time I did it, it was a lot of work. I mean, a lot of work. But there were so many requests, I finally decided, all right, fine, I'll do it. I will do it. So I've started just the basics here, 3 by 3. And actually, I don't know why I act so mysterious, because, I mean, if you're watching this video, I'm sure I put in the title what the heck the thing is. So you already know, but I'm acting all mysterious like you don't know yet, because I've yet to record the thing. But if we're being truthful, then you already know. Okay, so this is the map room 2.0. This was a very popular build on the last season of Mindcrack, and I had a lot of requests to do another map room with maps. And it was really, I mean, just a stupid amount of work. I'm not exaggerating at all when I say it was a huge grind. Like, exploring all those maps, there were 49 maps that were 1,000 by 1,000 blocks that I had to explore personally. The ones where you had a boat, those weren't so bad. But yeah, it took a lot of time. And so I was initially pretty burnt out on the process, but then I decided, you know what? For the purposes of the server, I think it will be good for the server, so I'll just go ahead and bite the bullet and do it. By the way, Mojang is working on the hitboxes of things and their way of generating models so that you can, I think, do them with texture packs. I'm not sure exactly what, or resource packs rather. So connecting things to stairs can be really weird. I'm right-clicking on this stair here. It's not building anything. That one did. Okay, but when I right-click, now it did again. Okay, yeah, but it's a little weird. You can notice right here, this stair block, it's backwards. That's a snapshot thing. So let's see, I've done this much. Then we need some of these. So there's going to be 4 of those. So I already made a map building last season, and it took a lot of design, a lot of time in design and in creative mode to sort of figure out how that might work. Oh, I still want that there, actually. Yeah, let's move this. I have another one over there anyway. It took a ton of time to make that thing. But this time I can kind of reuse the design a little bit. It's a different size, so it's not exactly the same. Let's see, and then we need some stairs, I think, that go around like this. Like so. Anyway, I'm going to do some of this work, and once I've built a significant portion, we'll do another little session of clips. We'll record some more and look at the map and whatnot. Well, there it is. There we go. 1 episode, start to finish. Well, I guess it's not totally finished because we still haven't done the quote-unquote like the Zen Garden stuff in the outer edge. I still have, what, like 3 blocks extra, but here we go. Map Room 2.0, it's finished. It's a little bit smaller than Map Room 1.0. So when I finished the first Map Room, it took so much time. I was so burnt out on the mapping thing, I said, I'm never doing that again. But people really liked it and wanted me to make another one. And so I decided to. And turns out, when you have a world border that starts out with a map 500 blocks by 500 blocks, you can do the whole thing. Oh, that's the wrong one. You can do the whole thing in one map, and it's not even a 1,000 by 1,000 map. Where'd my other one go? It came here. You can do the whole thing in one map, and this is actually a 500 by 500 map, or 512 by 512, but that's the whole thing. There's nothing to link it to. Maybe in the fullness of time, we will put more maps on these spots right here, which originally the stained clay was meant to be a grid to locate where people lived on the outer edge, but The map's so small, that's not necessary either. I basically shrank down the whole build and tried to preserve as much as possible. It's a bit simplified just because of how much smaller it got. But it's mostly the same, except for I haven't put in the outer Zen gardens. Basically, I guess there's going to be like a tiny wall there, and then 2 blocks wide worth of gardens. More or less. Kind of funny. But there's that one. Let's walk around to the back. There's the other one. So this is a 128 by 128. Each pixel on this represents 1 block. This is the spawn village as it is right now, and it will be very easy to update. Actually, will it update at all if I do this? It updated a little bit. So you can see this right here, this outline. I think Vex is working on the road and he doesn't want people building stuff while he's doing that. This right here is the quarry. This is Nebrus's compound thing right there. This is like the temporary barracks and farm room and stuff. This is the chicken. This is some other building. This is the lake I made. These are some trees that people have been farming. This is the map room right there. But it is centered on 0, 0. Actually, you know what? What I should do before I put these up for reals, and that is map 0. I made the first map on the server. You can see this one says map, well, because I have the advanced tooltip, it says map number 0358/0. So that's number 1. And then I duplicated it and expanded it to get to the 5th one. So we need to make some duplicates, which means, let's see, do I have... Let me go check. I have some materials in my chest over at the house. Should definitely make a backup just in case anything happens to the originals. And then it should be, it's pretty easy to duplicate them once you have one. Or once you have 2. Once you have 1 and then a blank map. So I need paper. That, we need to make some compasses, I guess. So I need to duplicate both. So we'll make 2 compasses. Like that. And let's see, that's all the paper I have, huh? Because I turned a lot of it into books. I believe there are reeds right there. Those are... I don't want to dig those up because those are part of the scenery. They're not like farm. But I know that they're... I know there's a reed farm around here somewhere. I wonder, does... There used to be one just sort of out and around with the other farms, but it got taken up. And we don't have the temp farm stuff anymore, and we don't have the farm village either. So, but I do know that there is actually a reed farm somewhere. I just have to find it. I don't know where the thing is. It may be over. It may be over in this direction. I'm not sure. We'll have to go look for it. Let's take a little adventure. Oh, here we go. Okay, so here's one right here. Let's use this one. I guess they haven't used lily pads. Do we even have lily pads? I don't think we have a swamp, which means we don't have lily pads, right? I think that's the only biome they spawn in. I'm not 100% on that. But yeah, there are still certainly a few things we don't have. Let me collect these. I knew I had seen one around here somewhere. But things are popping up and disappearing so quickly. It's hard to like keep track of exactly where things are. Not because I can't remember which direction they'd be in, but because the landscape is changing so much. It's hard to keep track of landmarks, I guess, to orient yourself or whatever. I don't know. Let me grab them all up. Okay. Then we need to surround. There's a crafting bench. I need to surround the compasses with paper. Let's turn it into paper. These two with 2 things of paper to make 2 maps. Good. And then basically we just do this. So I'm going to make 2 maps number 0. I think it's shapeless. Yep. And 2 maps number 5. There we go. Okay, and then we can place these back on the map wall. The detail, it's not quite as majestic, is it? When it's this small. There was something about the size of the original that really had some charm. The scale of it was impressive, and the proportions were nice. I really spent a lot of time on that. And this is just, it's not a joke, but it's kind of in a humorous vein, I guess you might say. All right, and then we'll make one chest. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to make one chest. It's in a kind of a humorous vein, this thing. And let's actually, instead of cobblestone, let's use bricks. I just want to make sure that anyone, like, stumbles upon these blocks, like if they're digging underground or something, they don't actually break something that's obviously been placed there intentionally. That is part of the built environment, if you will. So I'll do that. There we go. And, you know, if worse comes to worse and the maps do get lost, it's not a huge pain in the butt. This thing did not take very long to explore. It's not that big. Okay, so there's map number 5. Map number 0, the first map on Season 5 of Mindcrack. This has been episode number 3. I guess, are we signing out? Is that what we're doing? Some kind of radio thing? We'll see you next time. See you later. Take it easy. Have a good day. Bye-bye.